Hello and welcome to the On the Whistle podcast. My name is Alasdair Howorth, your host and your man on the ground here in Côte d'Ivoire. And we've got a very, very special interview for you today. Yes, it is probably the best goalkeeper at the last couple of AFCONs. I know he'll probably be humble and say not, but Jesús Owono, Equatorial Guinea's goalkeeper, has joined us. Jesús, how are you doing, brother?
Very good here in Côte d'Ivoire. It's hot.
It's hot.
It's crazy the weather, but we're good. We're happy.
Jesús, my first question is, man, how's your head? How's your face after making that save against Aussie men?
Oof, it's crazy because we've been preparing ourselves for the match a long time ago. I've been working a lot for the match and for this AFCON, and for me it's a pleasure, and it's like a stunning thing, you know, because we're playing against one of the best strikers of the world, and to be able to do that save is, I'm happy and I'm glad that I'm in that level.
Yeah, before the game, you were saying at the pre-match press conference, when I asked you how you were feeling about Aussie men, you were like, I'm excited, I want to treat it like I'm playing as if I'm on the playground. And now you faced him, obviously he scored, but you also made one brilliant save, forced him to shoot and have another shot wide. You had an excellent game, man of the match. How do you now reflect after the game?
I'm impressed of myself. I improved that I'm able to fight against one of the best strikers of the world. But before the match, I as I said in that press conference, I usually think that I'm playing the playground with my friends, and that makes me get out of myself some pressure and enjoy more the match. So I think that I was very calm in the start of the game, and that made me do that match. Because I think that when I'm in calm, I can do things that I don't even know that I'm able to do.
Yeah, man, I don't know how you keep so calm when you're playing, because if it was me, I'd be losing my head, man. I'd be losing my head. I want to hear a bit more about your story. So you were born in Equatorial Guinea, in Bata, and then you moved at quite a young age up to Spain, into the Basque Country. You know, what was that like, kind of making that move there? You know, tell us a little bit about your childhood.
Yeah, as you know, I born there in Bata, but I grew in Malabo, the capital, with my auntie. And I moved to Spain because my mother, my mother's very young. When she was young, she went to Spain, and I wanted to go with my mother, because that was my greatest thing I could have, my mother with me, you know.
Of course.
And I went to the Basque Country there, and there I started to play football. I started in the playground with my friends. So one day, a friend of mine's father took me to a team there in the Basque Country, and I started as striker.
Oh, really?
Seriously,
You're a striker. Okay.
Yeah, I was striker. But one day in one match with school teams, my teammate, the goalkeeper, get injured.
Mm-hmm.
And in the next training, I told the coach that he injured against me, because we, you know how
you like clashed.
Yeah, we clashed, and he get injured, and I told him it was my fault.
Uh-huh.
I will stay. And
so let me get this clear. You injured him, then you took his position.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
No.
That's shameful.
I feel bad. Saying like that is it's quite rude, you know. But
yeah, man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's it. And after that, I started playing as goalkeeper, and get to Real Sociedad at the age of 12. Then I've been there for 4 years, and after that I get loaned to the same team I started, and after that Alavés came to sign me, and I was 16, and I went to Alavés. I started there. I moved from my house. I went to another city, new friends, new school, all the things new, but I was clear with myself. No, I wanted to reach to the first team. I wanted to be a professional football player, and I worked every day. And I promise you, I work hard, because I think that no one gave me this, or this is not a price of like here you go. No, I took it. I said I want it. I'll go after it, and I took it. And since 16, I've been training with the first team almost all days, with the B team also. And after the AFCON of 2021, they decided to take me to the first team, and there I started like Alaves goalkeeper. I'm the second option now, but I think that I have to keep working. I have to continue doing what I'm doing, and someday I'll be the first choice for my team.
Yeah, I love it. And I was trying to kind of researching when I was preparing for this interview, and I saw that the La Liga game you have played was against Real Sociedad.
Yeah, my team.
How was that for you?
Yeah. That was crazy. That was crazy because you have your professional debut with your team.
Yeah. Where you grew up.
Yeah, I grew up there, and I play against my friends. My friends from our football came to the stadium to watch the match, and it was like
who were they cheering for?
They were cheering for me, obviously.
Good.
Because they told me that we started the match and Real Sociedad scored, and they couldn't cheer the goal. It was like, I can celebrate this. They scored to my friend.
Yeah, exactly. I can't cheer.
but it was cool. It was cool because it was like Real Sociedad in that time was one of the best teams, and now also it's one of the best teams of La Liga. And to play against them, and as I played yesterday against Oshima, and be able to do a great match, it was like the reaffirmation of that I'm a good keeper, and I'm doing good and I deserve to be in the first team.
Yeah, definitely. And I kind of want to ask, because you're in a very interesting players. Obviously, a lot of African players, a lot of, I grew up in Kenya but moved to the UK. A lot of players, they grow up in Europe, come to Africa, and it's very complex, our identities. And you're very complex because you're born in Equatorial Guinea, lived a bit there, then moved to Spain, but not just Spain, Basque country, where there's so much pride. So for you, do you feel Equatorial Guinean, Spanish, Basque, when you think about yourself, what comes to mind in terms of your kind of identity?
When I think what I am, I usually think that I'm from my country. I'm Equatorial Guinean, because it's a special. When I think in my country, special emotions. I think about my family. I think about my grandpa, my village, and that's stronger than being in Spain. No, but I also think that I'm Basque, because the Basque country give me all. My actual friends are almost all from the Basque country. I have also here in the national team Alex Balboa, a teammate that he grew with me there also, and it's a special part of me. So I think I'm Equatorial Guinean, but I'm also Basque.
Yeah, and I love that. I love football. It gives us the capacity to kind of explore our different identities and celebrate being both, from one country and another. And especially in Africa, we saw, Senegal playing Gambia yesterday, and everyone who's Senegalese is also Gambian. Everyone who's Gambian is also Senegalese. It's how it works. It's complicated. And I want to then speak about, because for you, you always wanted to play for Equatorial Guinea because you joined the team at such a young age. What was that like, kind of getting that call up, joining the team right before the AFCON, and kind of becoming part of the team, the national team?
It was the call, the call, because I was 17, I think, and the coach called me and he told me I have two options to come here with the national team. I hope you want to come. And I was cheering. I was like, I can't scream here, And
I have to be calm.
I'm talking with the national team coach, and I have to be calm. In those times, it was Emilio Nsue was the captain of the team. He's also the captain. But when Emilio Nsue played in Real Sociedad when I was young, and I had his T-shirt, and I was thinking, I will play with Emilio Nsue. Bro, that's crazy. And I wanted. Obviously, I wanted. I think that one of my goals in my life is to make people know my country, So I take football as my how do you say? I think for me, football is the key to make my country known around the world. And I hope in 2026 we're playing the World Cup, and that will be one of the best times of I think of my life. And for me, the national team, and as I said, the national team and Guinea Equatorial is all. So when I received the call of the coach, it was like,
yeah,
I was.
Yeah, shake. I can imagine. And be honest, Emilio's over there. He was your hero, your legend growing up. Now you've played with him for a few years. You know, they have a saying in English. They say, "Never meet your heroes," because they always let you down. What is he like in real life? What's it like to have him as your captain?
I'm glad that I meet my hero.
Okay.
Because I learned a lot from him. Because he's the number one in here in work, in helping everyone and fighting for us. And I learned a lot, and I admire him more than when I was 8 years old and I saw him in Real Sociedad. No, I think that I have the capacity to learn from people and to see the good things of all people. And from Emilio, I've learned. I learned a lot, because he's like not like my father, but he's like my old brother, and he's always handing his hand to us, and he's incredible.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
And then tell me that you're part of the team. You qualify the first time Equatorial Guinea qualify for the tournament. You've been to two others previously, but they were both in Guinea Equatorial. And for you guys, you finally qualify for a tournament. And then you're in a group with Cote d'Ivoire, with Algeria, these tough games you have to play. First Cote d'Ivoire, and close game you lose, but it's tight. Then the big one, Algeria, that big one. And forever in my mind, that double save you made will stay with me. I don't know, like, let me tell you, God was on your side. That ball was not going in that. What was that
impossible.
like? What was that
Impossible.
like?
I was facing, because I was in the first match versus Cote d'Ivoire. I was with COVID, and I couldn't play. I was in my room, in my bed, like angry because I wanted to be there, because I thought that if I was there, I was thinking, if I was there, maybe we could do something more. And
of course,
with Algeria, I was saying, you guys think that we are a small country, we are a small team, but we are very united. We are very strong when we work all for the same goal, and that made us. It was a big step for us winning Algeria, because we started to believe in that we are a good team, and when we work together, we can beat anyone.
Yeah.
And here, when Algeria, we proved it. Yesterday, playing against Nigeria, we made it again. And I think that teams have to watch out with us, because I'm serious with this, because when a small team, even a big team, when they're like a family and they work all for the same goal, bro, it's very difficult that you can beat that team. And I think I feel like that when I'm in the pitch with my guys.
Yeah, and I want to ask about that, because there seems to be a really common thing at the last couple of AFCONs. We see some small teams like yourself, even Cape Verde, Comoros, they both have beaten Ghana in the AFCONs recently. Why do you think it's easier for smaller teams to have that kind of unity, whereas we see some of the big teams like Nigeria and Ghana, they have the superstars, they have so many players, but they don't seem to always be going in the same direction. How do you guys find a way to be working together, especially coming from such small countries?
I think that the difference is that we don't have stars. Obviously the stars make difference in a match, and I think that all the teams here in Africa, they are very united. But maybe the things that they relay a lot in the stars, and we as Cape Verde and as Comoros, as Gambia, we don't have stars, and we just have our work. And I think that's the difference. We want Emilio to score, but we know that if Emilio doesn't score, there's another one who can score. And if I'm not able to save, I know that my other teammate, the other goalkeeper, would be able, almost the same capability of me to save. And that's the difference, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because that's what all the Equatorial Guineans I speak to say. You know, we've had Alberto Owono on the podcast as well. He says the same thing. Like, it's like we have the spirit. We all come together. We all like play for the shirt. I think it's incredible. And for you, kind of, how have you found being in Côte d'Ivoire? How do you think it compares, say, to Cameroon? Obviously, Cameroon, we had the COVID. You had COVID. You know, how have you found it so far being in Côte d'Ivoire?
Côte d'Ivoire, I like the country's good, and the organization of the CAF is top this year. We have responsibles with media, people associated with security. We have all the needs we need. We have everyone staying for us to whatever we want. No, so the difference obviously is the COVID, but I also think that the pitches, the training pitches, the staff, all the things are more organized than the other Afghan.
And for you as a player, how much of a difference did that make? Not just for your recovery, whatever, but even psychologically. When you're going to a hotel that has everything. Because like you said, in Cameroon it wasn't quite as good. Some teams, I know Gambia had a lot of problems. They had to have 3 or 4 guys sleeping in the same room. They weren't always sure about food, whatever. How much of a difference does that make for you guys when you come here? Things are taken care of. You get on the bus, you go to the training, it's going to be good. For you, like in terms of that, how does it make you feel?
Psychologically, I think that's very important that as players, we only have to be thinking about football and playing, because when you have those adding problems, you might be thinking about the problems and you lose your focus in what's really important. We have a match in 2 days, and if I was here waiting for I don't have clothes, the buses in the other city, we can go to training or stuff like that. Obviously I ain't all the focus I want to be. So I think that the goal of all the staff of the CAF and our staff is to reduce that stress and help us to find our calm in those things. Because, as I said, I think when our players calm and is only thinking about football, what I have to do to make a goal, to make a save, to defend this striker. I think that when you are calm, you are more able to do it good than if you're stressed.
Jesús, you've gotten off to a very good start. You're drawing against Nigeria, you now have Guinea Bissau and then Côte d'Ivoire. Got to the quarterfinals of your first AFCON. How are you feeling about this one? How far are Equatorial Guinea going to go this time?
It's difficult because I think that in Africa you don't know what can happen because the matches are very tough, and we saw that the small countries can beat the giants. So I think that we have to stay humble. We have to respect all the teams, and given the importance that they have, here we make the difference with the ball, and tactically we are very, very well prepared. So I think that we have to focus in us and doing good our job, and I think that we could reach far because I believe in my team. I believe in this family, and I think that we can make a surprise to all the African teams and for all the nations, because I think that we are a very strong team. Seriously.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. It was great having you.